Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Our Hen House. This is Jasmine Singer, and I'm so excited that you're joining us for this week's absolutely terrific show. On today's show, I'll start off by giving you a glimpse into a very special evening I attended entitled Fine Art Photography, Supporting Animal Rescue Through Art. This event benefited the rescue efforts of START Rescue, which stands for Shelter Transport Animal Rescue Team, an incredible and refreshingly vegan organization that was founded in order to address the issues of overpopulation by providing two very important components, transport and spay-neuter. While I was at this inspiring event, I caught up with START co-founder Steve Spiro about the challenges and triumphs involved in working in the dog and cat shelter world with a very clear vegan bottom line. And why aren't more shelters vegan? I also spoke with two of the evening's artists, Donna Dennison and Natalie Ford, who also organized the event. Don't miss their moving connections between the arts and animal advocacy. Then, Marianne will be speaking with author Katie Gillespie, whose new book, The Cow with Ear Tag number 1389, documents the harrowing moments in the life cycles of individual animals. Animals like the cow with the ear tag number 1389. She explores how this seemingly benign practice of raising animals for milk is just one link in a chain that affects livestock across the agricultural spectrum, taking readers like us to farms, auction yards, slaughterhouses, and even rendering plants to show how living cows become food. The result, which kind of blew my mind, is an empathic look at cows and our relationships with them, one that makes both their lives and their suffering real. Marianne will also be here later with rising anxieties, which I'm sure you're looking forward to just as much as I am. Bonus content for this week will include a special up-close encounter with Katie Gillespie. If you're a member of the flock, you'll get an email the Tuesday after this podcast episode goes up with a link, or you can find it on the flock Facebook page. If you're not a member of the flock yet, you can join for $10 a month at ourhenhouse.org/donate. And speaking of donating, it is that time of year again. It is our end of year fundraising. If you care about changing the world for animals and if our hen house is a meaningful contribution to your life, we sincerely hope you will support our efforts. And now is a great time to do it because between now and the end of the year, all of your donations are being matched up to $15,000 thanks to a small group of donors called our Barnyard Benefactors. So go to ourhenhouse.org, click on donate, make a contribution, become a flock member. You'll get to join our flock Facebook page. You'll get bonus content that is absolutely incredible. It's really good week after week. And you'll get our undying love and appreciation too. Support indie media, support our Hen House's efforts. All of your donations count as double. Ourhenhouse.org, click on donate. I mentioned a moment ago that I was lucky enough to attend an incredible evening of fine art photography supporting animal rescue through art. The chic Santa Monica event at the totally cool and revamped Lois Lambert Gallery at Bergamot Station near LA featured 10 fine art photographers, fellow art collectors, celebrities, and animal lovers who all came together for an amazing evening of cocktails, vegan hors d'oeuvres, and live music. The event was a fundraiser, as I mentioned, for START Rescue. Again, that's Shelter Transport Animal Rescue Team, which was founded to address the issues of overpopulation by putting together transport and spay-neuter. I chatted for a couple minutes with START co-founder Steve Spiro about why he started this unique and refreshing organization and what gives him hope these days. Welcome to our hen house, Steve.
Hello.
Now, what is your full name?
Steve Spiro.
And here we are in Los Angeles. This is an incredible art exhibit that is benefiting your organization. So your organization is START. What is that?
START is Shelter Transport Animal Rescue Team. So START is our acronym. And we're basically a transport and spay-neuter group. We transport animals from high-kill shelters in California to Oregon and Washington State. And we work with about 15 groups, and they find them homes and send us updates.
That's incredible. Was it like too much for you to think about what was going on at these like quote unquote shelters throughout the country? Like what's this, how did it start?
It started with a few of us getting together that were rescuing one dog at a time, mainly pit bulls, and we wanted to do more. So we got together, and one of the girls in our group actually lived in Oregon and knew a bunch of groups out there that wanted to take dogs. So we just started very small and then started growing and growing. And our main focus is raising money for spay-neuter so we can stop them actually coming into the shelters in the first place.
Well, I know that you're also vegan, and all of the food here tonight is. There is often a divide between the shelter world and the farm animal advocacy world. How do you bridge that divide?
Education.
Taking what shape?
Oh, I think it's just like this. It's just being an awareness and doing these these little benefits and get-togethers. And I mean, we've actually, a lot of our friends who weren't vegan or vegetarian now are, just by coming out with us and trying the great food out there. In Los Angeles, it's much easier to do it than other states, obviously, but I think it's growing and the word is getting out.
One final question, it's a two-parter. What is your biggest challenge in the work you do, and what gives you the greatest hope?
The greatest challenge, I think, is basically educating people to stop breeding their dogs, and just the influx. I mean, I started this 10 years ago, and I have not seen a difference yet. To me, it's just as bad as it was 10 years ago. The emails, and it's just basically education. And what was the second part?
What gives you hope in this world that's like very sad sometimes? It can feel very devastating to work in animal advocacy of any kind. So where do you find the hope?
Give me hope is groups like PCRM and people like yourself that are standing here who work for these non-profits and who are putting the word out. That gives me hope, like-minded people.
How can people find you online?
They can go to startrescue.org.
Thank you so much. The featured photography itself was diverse and powerful, some featuring overtly vegan or animal-related imagery and some not, though it was all vegan in the sense that the artists themselves were. Two artists whose work particularly spoke to me were Donna Dennison and Natalie Ford. Here are my back-to-back chats with these two artists and do-gooders who shed some light on why the arts is an absolutely necessary part of changing the world for animals. Welcome to our hen house, Donna.
Hi, thanks, Jasmine, for having me here.
It's hard to believe that you haven't been on, but finally we're in person, which is my favorite way to have someone on our hen house. So before I talk about your beautiful artwork behind us right now, what is this event that we're standing at right now?
Natalie Ford came up with the genius idea. She wanted to gather a bunch of animal rights vegan photographers and put on a fundraiser photography show with animal rights activists. I mean, it's a genius idea. So this is the first one, and we hope to do it annually, and all of the monies raised is going to a group called Start Rescue, and they're wonderful. They save animals' lives, and dogs and cats, and they're a great, great group.
And there's all vegan food going around here, which is one of my favorite parts of any benefit, helping animals. And your work is absolutely beautiful. So tell me a little bit about your photography and your work in general.
Well, my work is very diverse. I don't have one specific subject matter. I love urban street photography and I love macro photography. So that's what I'm showing here today. A lot of the stuff is taken very spontaneously, and I love natural light. So that's what I'm showing here.
Well, I love it. And how do you think for you, your art and your expression relates to your advocacy?
Well, I think that this show is helping me realize that you can take anything, any skill, and you can turn it into a way to help animals. Because my photography is not necessarily photographs of animals per se, but I'm using the photography to help animals by raising money and being in the art show. So I'm learning that you can find a way with any type of skill that you have to use it to give voice to voiceless animals.
And regarding your advocacy, how do you want people to follow your work? Because I know you're doing a few different things.
Well, they can find me. You mean my social media? Okay, they can find me on Instagram. My photography stuff is The handle is at Devil Ducky, spelled with an I-E. Or I'm also that snarky vegan girl on Instagram, which is all my animal rights vegan stuff. And also that snarky vegan girl on Facebook, or just my personal page, Donna Dennison on Facebook.
Good luck with the show. It's really incredible.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to our hen house, Natalie.
Hi, how are you?
So I hear you're the organizer of this great event. I've already spoken with the founder of Starter, one of the founders, and I talked to Donna. But can you explain what this event is and how you organized it?
Absolutely. So it's actually a dream come true. I have 10 plant-based photographers all collaborating together to support Start Rescue, which is an incredible group of people that rescue dogs that are about to be euthanized, and cats that are about to be euthanized, and they transport them up to the Northwest to give them homes. And they also do a whole spay and neuter program for underprivileged people that can get their animals spayed and neutered, which will help the population problem. So basically, I do a photo show once a year. I always collaborate with the most amazing photographers, and this year in particular, mostly because they're plant-based, and it's getting easier and easier to find people that are plant-based. And that's very exciting for me because it's a collaboration filled with love. Like this morning when we came in, and I was very stressed out about how it was going to work out, everybody pitches in. When you have a room full of vegan people, everything works out, and it's been a real blessing. So anyway, all of the proceeds for this show are going to Start Rescue. They actually funded this show, so they paid for us to put the show on. It was quite expensive, and so we're just hoping to make more than they invested and have them get the benefits of this great event.
Well, for you, where is the overlap between the arts and advocacy? Because it's something that I find really interesting, and it's something I don't think is explored nearly enough. So where's that overlap for you?
For me, it's about compassion. My Buddha series, which I took photos of Buddhas from all over the world, and they're actually Buddhas that for me represent peace and kindness and compassion and connection. So for me, that's what a vegan is all about. So my art is actually about being connected and about being compassionate and about kindness and awareness and enlightenment, if you will. And I just did a new series called Every Life Matters. I'm just starting this series to show that pigs and turkeys, and I'm going to, of course, add on cows, are just as important as the dogs and the cats. So my art actually symbolizes my heart. So it's very difficult, honestly, as I'm sure you know, to show art in this town and to have people appreciate art in this town. And so it's my goal to have a group of people like this that can get together. All of the photographers have been so excited to show their art, and they're beautiful photographers. Yeah. So it's a collaboration of heart and creativity.
Yeah. Well, it is very high caliber for sure. And a lot of what you just said was from the perspective of the artist, of course. But as kind of an art appreciator and someone who wants to change the world for animals, what role do the arts play in terms of like opening people's eyes to what needs to change?
That's a beautiful question. Well, I have to answer that in that I'm also a poet. So my photography has one place in the arts world. My poetry has another. So when I get up and I read a poem, it's about butcher shops, and it's about compassion, and it's actually opening the eyes of people that really maybe haven't heard the truth. So I think the arts is essential, and the fact that we all have these creative spirits that want to connect and communicate with each other. I feel like we are put on the earth to create. So the creation of earth and the creation of life. But it's a way for us to all understand what's happening in the earth and on the planet. So any photos of animals that you see on Facebook, I always see those pictures that are really hard to look at, but then you also see the photos of the animals that are happy. So I feel like we can all learn from the arts in every way.
Well, thank you so much. It's a beautiful event. Your work is incredible, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. It was nice to talk to you.
Inspiring. Oh, I love it. I kept looking at the photos, like I couldn't sleep that night. Actually, after the event, I got to talking with a friend, and I confessed to her that I don't actually have many hobbies because every time I find one, I seem to want to do it for a living. I'm not sure if that's my vice or my virtue, but I will say this. If you know me at all, either through this podcast or in real life, you know that I'm extremely passionate about using the arts to create change for animals. And I realized that I'm actually, dare I say, a hobbyist photographer. That's right, I have a hobby. I was so surprised when I realized it. And though I certainly don't intend to pursue it professionally, this beautiful evening inspired me to take some, shall we say, vegan-adjacent photos in the coming months in hopes of, I don't know, taking part in a vegan photo show myself one day. So thanks for the inspiration, Steve, Donna, and Natalie. And now, speaking of inspiration, I want to bring you Marianne Sullivan's interview with the incredible Catherine Gillespie. Catherine Gillespie, PhD, is a writer, a feminist geographer, and a critical animal studies scholar. Her research and teaching interests focus on feminist theory and methods, food and agriculture, political economy, critical animal studies, critical race theory, post-colonial studies, incarceration and prison studies, gender and sexuality, and human-environment relations. Katie is widely published, and she's volunteered with Books to Prisoners, Food Empowerment Project, and Pig's Peace Sanctuary. Today, Katie will be talking with Marianne Sullivan about her new book, The Cow with Ear Tag number 1389.
Welcome back to our hen house, Katie.
Thank you, Marianne. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you. It's been a while. I looked it up. It was episode 145. So
wow.
It was a while back that we were in Seattle, and we met up with you, and you took us on a tour of Pig's Peace Sanctuary. It was great, and it was great getting to know you. And then you did some writing for our hen house, which we greatly appreciated, including some writing about the subject. Well, not the subject, but the subject of the title of your new book, which I'm super excited about. And I thought I knew everything about dairy, but clearly I didn't. This is a really incisive analysis in a lot of different ways. But let me shut up and give you an opportunity to talk about it. Let's just talk about the beginning, because you start off talking about a particular cow, Sadie. And can you tell our listeners a little bit about her and why you chose to start your book with her story?
Yeah, thanks. So Sadie was a Holstein cow raised for dairy who lived for the end of her life at Animal Place Sanctuary in California, in Grass Valley, California. And she had started out her life at an industrial scale dairy farm in the Central Valley of California, and spent a number of years in this dairy farm, and then was sold at auction and purchased by an animal science program, university animal science program, to be used as a teaching tool. And so they practiced blood draws on her and rectal exams. And so she was at this animal science teaching program as a tool for a couple of quarters in the school year, and then was going to be sold at auction again for slaughter. And someone at the school intervened and contacted Animal Place, and they agreed to take her in. And so when she arrived at the sanctuary, she was actually pregnant, and she had also broken her hip, which is a difficult injury for cows to recover from. And so she later at the sanctuary gave birth to a dead calf, and it was the first time she was really able to spend much time with any of her calves. And so they let her sort of spend some time with